Ukraine has launched its most significant cross-border operation of the conflict, claiming control over 1,000 square kilometers of Russia's Kursk region. This move, which began a week ago, is seen as a strategic effort to pressure Moscow into negotiations.
The enemy's obvious goals is to sow discord in our society, to intimidate people, to destroy the unity and cohesion of Russian society, that is, to strike at the internal political situation.
It is only fair to destroy Russian terrorists where they are. Russia must be forced into peace if Putin wants to continue waging war so badly.
Ukrainian troops have taken control of 28 settlements, with their incursion reaching approximately 12 kilometers deep and 40 kilometers wide. Ukrainian top commander Alexander Syrsky informed President Volodymyr Zelenskyy that Ukrainian forces are actively advancing into Russian territory.
We continue the offensive operation on the territory of the Kursk region. Currently, we control about 1,000 square kilometers of the territory of the Russian Federation. The troops are fulfilling their assigned tasks. Battles are actually taking place along the entire front. The situation is under our control.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has labeled the assault as a calculated provocation aimed at disrupting Russia's military operations in the Donbas region and influencing future peace talks.
It appears that the enemy is aiming to improve its negotiating positions in the future. Well, what kind of negotiations can we even talk about with people who launch indiscriminate strikes on civilians, on civilian infrastructure, and try to create threats to nuclear energy facilities? What can you talk to them about?
He criticized the incursion as a failed attempt to stir public discontent within Russia, while noting an increase in volunteer enlistments in the Russian military as a reaction to the attack. Putin has emphasized that the Russian military remains focused on its objectives and will counter the Ukrainian offensive effectively. This latest development follows a period of steady Russian advances in eastern Ukraine, which have exerted pressure on Ukrainian forces.
Such actions are undoubtedly pursuing the main military goal of trying to stop our troops' offensive to fully liberate the territories of the Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republics, the territory of Novorossiya. And what is happening on the front lines? What are the results? Not only did the pace of offensive operations by Russian armed forces, volunteers and veterans not decrease, but on the contrary, it increased. It increased by 1.5 times.
The Kursk operation has sparked international attention, with U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham visiting Kyiv and advocating for increased military support for Ukraine. However, the Kremlin remains resolute, asserting that its strategic goals will continue despite the current challenges.